Hi, I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is Quotes and Quips. Today, words of wisdom from George Orwell. Quotes and Quips is brought to you by my website, FletcherRhoden.com. That's where you'll find links to my Amazon.com author page. That's where you can buy my books in paperback or Kindle or sometimes in audiobook format. There's a link to my artist page on Spotify where you can download my music. I've got new music for 2024. Now you can download my music from websites all over the internet. Wherever you like to download your favorite music, you can download mine. And at my website, you can download free music that's there exclusively. So, enjoy. So today, George Orwell brings us these words. Big Brother is watching you. Now this, of course, is, it's the tagline from his great Orwellian masterpiece, 1984. Hard to say how they described it at the time. But now anything that resonates with those themes, a futuristic dystopian view of a totalitarian society, is often called Orwellian. There are lots of terms, actually, in 1984 that are commonplace, that became commonplace in terms of relating to certain things in a modern fascistic society, like doublespeak, which is to say the opposite of what is true. Don't believe what you're seeing. What you're seeing isn't really what's happening. That was in 1984. Do not believe your eyes. Big Brother is watching you. Now, at the time, of course, this was the middle of the 20th century, very downbeat time. 1984 did come and go without that dystopia occurring, but it doesn't mean that it couldn't still happen. It speaks more, I think, it speaks to more, I should say, than just the political shifts at the time. And it says more than even addressing the political shifts of our time. It really speaks, there's a certain amount of paranoia in it, a lot of it. Because Big Brother really wasn't really watching. But Big Brother could always be watching. Here in the U.S., there wasn't that kind of surveillance state. But there was that in other countries in the world in the 20th century, where the walls had ears, where neighbors were turned against neighbors, where people were ratting each other out, where in order to get a job, and every job was basically a state job, then you had to prove your loyalty to the state. How do you prove it? Give us 5 names. It happened here with the blacklist. You want to work as a writer? Give us 5 names. All we want is you to prove your loyalty and for you to help us to root out communism. Root it out. And that happened. It happened elsewhere too. Of course, I'm speaking of fascism in Europe in the 1930s and 40s. So, Big Brother is watching you. In the book, there's actually they have these screens with this eye blinking, But it's really more figurative than literal, but it becomes closer to being literal every day. And of all of the Orwellian things that we may recognize, Animal Farm gives us many of them. Big Brother is watching you is the salient point. If you take nothing away from Orwell, that's the one. Because it's the essence of it describes a dictatorship. Big Brother, that's code for governmental father. That's great leader. That's dictator. And in such a place, you are always being surveilled. That's a surveillance state. That's what Orwell was warning us against. And it could still happen in this day and age. Even in this year, 2024. Even here in the United States of America. So, let's remember George Orwell and his warning, his doublespeak. What you see is not happening, but Big Brother is watching you, and he may just be watching me. Well, anyway, if he wants to, he can come check me out every Monday at noon. I'm here right on this YouTube channel. And I also have a show from last year that Big Brother can watch. It's called Tracking the Lone Wolf. And it's on its own YouTube channel, Tracking the Lone Wolf. So check that out. Subscribe to both channels. Help you navigate all this stuff. And, check out my music and my books and buy them and enjoy them. And there's free stuff at my website. So there you have it. Until next time. Bye, Mary.